Fuck Pacquiao. Fuck Pacquiao, fuck Bob Arrow, man, bum.
Wow.
Lame.
Wow.
What I'ma do to him? Spray him down. Ooh. I'm gonna wipe him down, man. Look Boosie, man. I'm wipe.
January 19th, 2019, MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. On January 19th, 2019, Las Vegas was buzzing with anticipation as boxing fans from around the world gathered at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The venue, legendary for hosting countless historic fights, was filled to capacity. Flags from the Philippines and the United States waved proudly, while chants of "Manny! Manny!" echoed through the arena. The atmosphere was electric, a perfect setting for a clash between two fighters at very different stages of their careers. Manny Pacquiao, an 8-division world champion and one of boxing's most beloved figures, was entering the ring at 40 years old. He was defending his WBA welterweight title, eager to prove that age had not diminished his speed or power. Across from him stood Adrian, the problem, Broner, a flashy and controversial fighter who had won titles in 4 different weight divisions. For Broner, this was more than just a title shot. It was his chance to redeem himself and prove that he belonged among the elite. The build-up to the fight had been dramatic. Broner spent weeks mocking Pacquiao, dismissing him as an aging fighter who couldn't keep up with a younger, fresher opponent. Pacquiao, calm and composed, never engaged in the verbal warfare. He focused on his training, promising his fans that he would let his performance speak for itself. As both men made their way to the ring, the noise was deafening. Broner danced confidently during his entrance, while Pacquiao walked with quiet determination, his face showing the focus of a man who had been here countless times before. Round 1, cautious start. The opening bell rang, and both fighters began carefully, each trying to read the other's timing. Pacquiao bounced on his toes, feinting and throwing quick jabs, looking for early openings. Broner circled the ring, keeping his distance and relying on his shoulder roll defense. The round was more about strategy than action, with neither man taking big risks. The crowd watched intently, waiting for the fireworks to begin. Round 2, Pacquiao presses forward. In the second round, Pacquiao began to take control. His footwork allowed him to dart in and out of range, closing the distance before Broner could react. A sharp straight left snapped Broner's head back, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Broner stayed defensive, throwing very few punches as Pacquiao cornered him late in the round and unleashed a rapid flurry. Broner clinched to avoid damage, but Pacquiao's aggression was starting to set the tone. Round 3, Broner's counterpunch. Broner showed signs of life in the third round. Timing one of Pacquiao's forward rushes perfectly, he landed a clean counter right hand, his best shot so far. For a brief moment, Pacquiao paused, and Broner tried to follow up, but Manny's relentless pace quickly returned. He answered with combinations to the body and head, forcing Broner to retreat. The exchange energized the crowd, who roared as both men landed clean punches. Round 4, relentless aggression. Pacquiao increased the pressure, cutting off the ring and trapping Broner against the ropes. His combinations came from every angle, lightning-fast jabs, hooks, and straight lefts. Broner blocked some punches, but many slipped through his defense. The challenger's counters were too sporadic to keep Pacquiao at bay. By the end of the round, Broner's frustration was visible as Manny's pace showed no signs of slowing. Round 5, tactical adjustments. Broner focused on movement, trying to frustrate Pacquiao with slick defense and counters. At times, Pacquiao missed with wild combinations, giving Broner brief opportunities to land clean counters. However, Broner's lack of consistent offense left him vulnerable. Pacquiao's ring control and aggression kept him ahead, while the crowd grew restless with Broner's low activity. Round 6, Pacquiao's speed on display. Pacquiao's hand speed became the defining factor of the round. He exploded with dazzling flurries, throwing 5 and 6 punches at a time. Broner landed a couple of sharp counters, but Pacquiao's volume overwhelmed him. Midway through the round, Manny connected with a brilliant combination that drew a thunderous reaction from the audience. Broner retreated, shaking his head, clearly frustrated and unable to mount a sustained attack. Round 7, Broner in trouble. Early in the 7th round, Pacquiao landed a huge straight left followed by a right hook that staggered Broner. The challenger stumbled backward as Manny pounced, swarming him with a barrage of punches. Broner clung to survival, grabbing and moving desperately to stay upright. The arena erupted as Pacquiao came close to scoring a knockout. Broner managed to survive, but the damage was clear, and his confidence seemed to fade. Round 8, complete control. Pacquiao kept the pressure high in the 8th round. Broner spent most of the 3 minutes retreating, throwing almost nothing in return. Manny mixed his attacks beautifully, targeting both the body and head. A powerful left hand staggered Broner again, nearly sending him to the canvas. The crowd chanted Pacquiao's name as the champion dominated completely, while Broner's corner shouted at him to fight back. Round 9, Broner's final push. Knowing he was far behind, Broner tried to rally in the 9th round. He threw more punches and landed a few sharp counters that briefly slowed Pacquiao's attack. For a moment, it looked like Broner might turn the tide, but Manny quickly regained control, responding with his own flurries. Broner's burst of offense was too short-lived to make a real difference. Round 10, Manny's mastery. Pacquiao dictated every exchange, attacking from angles Broner couldn't anticipate. The challenger stayed defensive, while the crowd booed his lack of aggression. Pacquiao's energy seemed endless, and his accuracy remained sharp. By this point, it was clear Broner needed a knockout to win, but he showed no willingness to take the risks required. Round 11, closing strong. Pacquiao pressed forward even harder, trapping Broner against the ropes and unleashing rapid-fire combinations. Broner, battered and exhausted, did just enough to stay on his feet. Though Manny didn't score a knockdown, his dominance was complete, leaving no doubt about the outcome as the fight neared its end. Round 12, the final bell. In the last round, Pacquiao stayed smart, avoiding reckless exchanges while continuing to land clean punches. Broner, in desperation, swung wildly, but Pacquiao easily dodged most of his shots and countered precisely. As the final bell rang, the fighters embraced briefly, acknowledging each other's efforts. The crowd erupted, celebrating a legendary performance from Pacquiao. Aftermath. The arena buzzed as the judges' scores were tallied. When the announcement came, there was no surprise. Manny Pacquiao won by unanimous decision. The scorecards were wide, reflecting the champion's dominance. The crowd roared as Manny raised his hands, smiling humbly and thanking his fans.